Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you think, Tommy?
I gotta show you guys something. Look at our great Raptors team, home opener, losing by 20 points. That says
That's
everything
49.
about
There it
our
is.
atrocious
It's the
team
Tommy,
defense.
that is negative
Oh,
at
energy.
home.
Get out of
At
here.
home in front of the Raptors fans. My
Against the
goodness.
Cavaliers.
Negative energy.
I'm
We
sorry.
want
I'm not trying to be a negative person, but I mean,
So, Tommy,
I got a big dream and I aim high. Take a risk every time I play dice. I shake 'em up and it's snake eyes. I'm the same guy on the same grind. Busy printing money, watch the paint dry. My intuition told me through the grapevine that I'ma get rich and I ain't lying. Yeah. Get that money, I'ma flex. I get that money, I'ma flex. I get that money, I'ma flex.
Somebody else beats you, he got it! And they let the greatest player in the game take the game-winning three.
everybody, welcome to another great episode of Tea Time with Tommy, with your moderator, Sarah, your star of the show, Tommy, and of course, our amazing co-host, Norbz. So everyone say hi.
Hey, Sarah. Actually, it's you that's the actual star of the show, but I just came back from Europe and from Venora, Italy. Right, guys? I just want to show you off the hat. Looks like Norbz doesn't care, but it's all good. Look at that.
Excellent.
Venora, Italy. So I'm just glad to be back here in Toronto, Canada with you both.
You were there scouting for the Raptors, though, right?
Yeah, all those great Italian basketball players like Andrea Bargnani. For sure. Yeah, absolutely. But of course, Sarah, you and Norbz are the true stars of the show. I am just a mindless fool, but yes.
Incorrect. So, Tommy, what were you specifically doing over in Europe?
So I was in London, England. I was in Switzerland, and I was in Paris and Italy for 4 days, including Venora, Italy, right here.
That's Verona, not Venora.
Sorry, is it Venora? No, it's Verona.
It's Verona.
The hat looks weird. I'm sorry.
You gotta
the hat's
go back
weird.
and brush up on your Italian skills.
What's going on? It's Verona.
Well, I'm gonna take it that Tommy didn't do well on our scouting report for basketball players in Verona.
Exactly. Yeah, he probably didn't see Andrea Bargnani.
I'll give Andrea Bargnani a call next time. As for his primo pasta,
Bargnani probably passed him up like when he was walking the street or something.
That guy. Oh, that idiot.
So, Tommy, how is that going to help our Raptors team if you didn't do good scouting in Verona?
So they don't. Well, I would have helped them out with my expertise of basketball knowledge, of course, for Masai Ujiri. But I'm sure Masai's good on his own. Deliver us as a title. Yeah. But yeah, I'm thinking the outlook for the Raptors is. It doesn't look good for them at all.
No, that doesn't sound good. But that brings us into our main topic for today is we're going to be talking about the Raptors and basketball because Tommy went on a scouting report over there in Europe. Didn't come back with great news for us.
I brought chocolates though.
No. Oh, you brought us chocolates. Perfect. But I think that might, if the Raptors eat too many chocolates, might be another downfall for them.
They're jacked. They can eat as much as they like.
How do you think they're going to do this upcoming season, you guys?
Me or Norbz?
Whoever wants to take the first swing at it.
Go for it, man.
I believe that the Raptors are going to be absolutely horrendous this year. And I am not joking. They are going to be... I studied did a little research today, guys, on the Raptors roster. Look at the names here. Jacoby Walter. What is this? The next coming of Kobe Bryant. Jonathan Mogbo, Jamal Sheed, Bruno Fernando. I can't pronounce this guy's name. I don't want to be disrespectful to his family name and everything. Ulrich Comchi. Like, who are these guys? They're on the Raptors.
Minor leagues.
Absolutely a horrendous job by Masai Ujiri and Bobby Webster. Poor Scotty Barnes is going to want out in 2 years. Emmanuel quickly will want out in 3 years. And RJ Barrett will probably want out after the season. This is horrendous roster we got right now. I don't know what. Kelly Olynyk probably is wondering, why am I here? Although he's Canadian. This is absolutely awful. Unless trust in Masai, he knows the players he's drafting and picking with Webster. But This looks awful, guys. Who are these guys? I think, honestly, the best place we can do is we're probably not going to make the playoffs, guys. Probably going to be bottom third team in the Eastern Conference, looking at it, unless Scotty Barnes just goes nuts and becomes that absolute superstar that I know he is. I feel bad for Scotty. I feel bad for RJ Manuel. I mean, Grady Dick's fine, but I mean, he's good. Okay, we got Grady. So other than those four, I mean, there's a horrendous roster right now. Unless Mogbo and Jacoby Walter turn out to be the next coming of Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan, I don't know what these guys can absolutely do. The outlook looks bleak, guys. But however, trust in Masai. Hopefully, we can make the playoffs.
What do you think, Norbs? I think Tom is going on something.
Yeah, he's totally downplayed the whole Raptor season already, and it's the home opener. Like the season has started already, but like don't count them out on a play-in tournament in their near future. Like, yeah, if they improve on the defense a little bit, because they always like are terrible in defense. I think that they might have a glimmer of hope for the play-in tournament. Like I'm just getting used to the play-in tournament criteria, but like I think it's a small possibility for the Raptors. I think like that's something that they can gun for, even though like they may be in the very the bottom few teams. But yeah, if they just play consistently, like Scotty Barnes and Quickly's gotta be. Emmanuel Quickly's got to be like the front runners in this team to contribute every night. Like if they just like keep their composure and just communicate better out there, and stay consistent, I think they'll have a glimmer of hope at some point. But we'll see. Like it's gonna be a tough season. Honestly, This is like probably one of the toughest seasons like they're ever going to face. So yeah. Don't count out the play-in tournament. Like I like to see that happen.
Real quickly, Sarah. Sorry to interrupt you. Norbz, of course, is gonna drive me insane. Play-in tournament. That's our goal. Hey, also number two. Number two
tournament.
I love Coach Darko Rajokovic. He actually came to my friend Tommy the movie premiere. I love Darko. I'm all for Darko. I really feel bad for Darko. Like, what's he using here? Look at the team he's got to use. But he's also a great motivator and a basketball genius. So I trust in Darko as well, Coach Darko, that he'll get it done.
Yeah. I agree with Norbs on a lot of that, just because I work in athletics as an athletic trainer, so I see it happen a lot with teams. And like, you really cannot count a team out at the start of a season. And like, it just sounds like this team is young. They have a lot of young kids, and that's okay. And maybe that could potentially play to their advantage later on in the season. It may not, but you can't count them out from a play-in tournament that most of the guys probably aren't like, yeah, let's give it my 100% today.
This is what I get, ladies and gentlemen, Tea Time viewers, co-hosts who absolutely have no clue what's going on in the Raptors nation right now.
Hey,
always trying to look for the positive.
At my school, my soccer team, they were losing games at the start of their season, and then they ended up making it to the state championship.
The high school soccer team you're comparing the Raptors to, Sarah.
Okay, it's still similar in a way, okay? You just can't count people out. So if we can't count people out, who do you think are the main key players on this team that we really cannot count out this year that are going to need to step up? What do you think, Tommy?
Oh, jeez. Let me see here. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, it said the roster here. I'm going to go, of course, with the top four, the Fab Four. We got Scotty, Emmanuel, RJ, and Grady. And after that, there is no hope. So those are the four. Kelly. I gotta give Kelly. Okay. I'm sorry, Kelly and Agbaji. Is that his name? I'm sorry. I can't pronounce his name.
Tommy doesn't even know the roster.
No, I do know the roster. I'm sorry. I do know the roster. He's got a really interesting name. We got him from Utah, guys. Okay, Agbaji. Yes. Okay. So those six have to just pull up their sleeves and come. Those six: Scotty, RJ. I'm looking at Emmanuel. I'm looking at Grady, and I'm looking at Kelly, and I'm looking at Agbaji. Okay, Agbaji. So those are the 6 players that have to step up. But the key hidden factor here is the 2 draft picks we got, guys. Jacoby Walter and Jonathan Mogbo. If those 2 can step up, all right. I'm thinking playing tournament. Like you two think it's the greatest achievement in basketball history.
I'm
I'm
gonna
thinking
switch
playing
it up on
tournament.
us now. Now he's on with us, Norbs. He's on with us.
But honestly,
He's warming up to that. He's warming up to that.
Yeah.
Very, very
honestly,
closely.
guys, Scotty is the key. He has to lead this team. I think he can. So he's got to bring it up, and he needs. And then you know, RJ and Emmanuel have to pick up the help the slack.
Mhm.
So I'm looking at those 3 right now. I'm looking at Scotty, RJ, Emmanuel. If those 3 have an awful year, we're done. We're finished. We're gonna be in last place. But doesn't matter because Rogers will still raise the tickets to $500 a ticket every Raptors game because they are greedy, greedy people. But it's gonna be Scotty, Emmanuel, RJ.
Fair. What do you think, Norbs? Thinking the same? 6?
Yeah, pretty much the same for me. I think the one thing that they really need is like really have a good shutdown defense. I think with the offensive standpoint, like Barrett quickly, and Scotty Barnes will have to like really play hard every night. Keep the intensity level going, energize the crowd a little bit. But the defense is the one thing that they always in a way like they struggle with certain games against certain teams. So one of them, anyone in the Raptors have to really strengthen their defense. I think that should be their goal this year. It's so much fun to lead the game in the beginning, but when it comes to like the third and fourth quarter, the last like 10 minutes of the game, I think that's where the shutdown defense should happen, and someone has to step up, to finish off the game. So I think their goal primarily this year for me is their defense. So yeah, that's something that has to improve from last year. So they'll, to even have a chance, like just the defense.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, if they do focus on that, which they need to, and we do get really good at defense with being a younger team, that means the year's coming. They've already built that defensive line that they're probably set to probably win a title. So if that's the case and we say that plays out in our favor, we see that happening. They actually worked on their defense. They did good. How many years or how many seasons do you think it would take them with the team that they have today to win another title championship?
I think it's going to take forever, honestly.
Finally, Norbs and I agree on something.
We agree to disagree, but when it comes to one question per show, it shows, right? I mean, it may not be this year, it may not be next year, but like, I think this season and possibly they got to really a review before the trade deadline, like how they're doing at that point. If they are like struggling and before the trade deadline or somewhere in the middle of the season, I think it's probably time again to become sellers. But if they're doing a little bit better, they just have to solidify like as best as they can the team itself. Like if they are moving in the right direction, if they're everything's clicking for them, and before the All-Star break, I always think that the All-Star break will be like the make or break your season. So that's something that they gotta keep their eye on. Like how are they doing at that point? So if they're doing well, solidify the team a little bit for the rest of the year and like possibly talk about next year. But if they're struggling, if they're under 500, last place, second last place, then it's time to evaluate and maybe become sellers in the trade deadline. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what do you think, Tommy?
I gotta show you guys something. Look at our great Raptors team home opener. losing by 20 points. That just
Tommy,
that says
Not
everything
49.
about
There it
our
is.
atrocious
It's the
team.
Tommy,
defense.
that is negative
Oh,
At
energy.
home,
Get out of
at
here.
home in front of the Raptors fans. My
Against the
Negative
Cavaliers.
But,
Negative energy.
I'm sorry.
want
Sorry.
Tommy.
I'm not trying to be a negative person, but I mean,
So Tommy, I think Tommy's gonna agree with Norbs and say absolutely never gonna happen again. But
I'd say
let's hear
never.
you out, Tommy.
I'd say never happen again. I think I agree with Norbz though. It's gonna take a while for sure.
Yeah.
Just like Masai said in the press conference, the media available, he says it's a rebuilding year. It's a rebuilding. Even Masai Ujiri, our great grand leader, said it's a rebuilding year for the Raptors. So
But they say this every year. They say every year's a rebuilding year. It's a
Do they?
rebuilding year.
look at the roster, Sarah. It's ridiculous.
I understand, and I understand why we won that one year. But at some point, someone needs to stop saying it's a rebuilding year and just straight up be like, hey, we have young kids. We're not looking to put our money into these older players and actually win a championship this year, because that's basically what it is. It's they just want to keep bringing these new kids in, get them good and primed and ready, and ship them off to the team that's going to win. But they don't want to keep these kids and pay them out to potentially have a future winning team in a few years and then bring somebody else in because they just need that one missing piece.
I'd rather see the Verona or Venora basketball team more than the Raptors. I mean, they're better than the Raptors, right? Like, look at it, guys. Let's just be real quick. Like, let's be honest. Like, Scotty is a good building piece. And with Emmanuel and RJ, those three are good building pieces. But Masai's got to surround them with good talent, right?
Yeah, but they're not going to. That's the problem.
I'm telling you right now, guys, if Masai doesn't surround them with good talent, Scotty's leaving. He's from Florida. Why on earth would he want to be in the cold in Toronto when he can move to Florida and play for the Magic or the Heat, near his hometown? So basically, I think don't say he's going to Atlanta. Don't even say he's going to Atlanta. No.
I heard a little birdie rumor that he's expecting a child, and I'm pretty sure the girl lives in Toronto.
So what's that got to do with anything?
People, you never know.
I honestly think. Oh, by the way, our marvelous moderator Sarah lives in Atlanta, so I was thinking she's going to say everyone should go to Atlanta. But I'm telling you right now, guys, it's going to take a while. I think I'm going to give it 5 years. If Masai does it properly with Webster, they can build around Scotty, Emmanuel, and RJ. In 3 or 4 or 5 years, they're going to be in contention. I don't know if I want to wait 5 years, to be honest with you, but that's what it's going to take because this roster is horrendous. We're losing by 20 points in our home opener against the Cavaliers.
Hey, it's okay, Tommy.
My illustrious co-hosts are saying that the biggest achievement they can make is a play-in tournament. Yeah, it's going to take at least 5 years for them to contend if done properly. If not, if Scotty wants out, we're finished.
Hey, well, there you have it, guys. We don't think the Raptors are going to win anytime soon. Maybe we might see a change. I'm hoping for a change. I think it could happen. I think someone just needs to get the right people in place, and maybe we could win in less than 5 years, as Tommy says. But let's pray and hope and wish that they actually do have a good season this season and not be negative, Tommy, because we're just going to, even though we might be losing by 20, but teams come back. Okay? Teams come back.
I'd rather be an Atlanta Hawks fan right now.
Well, that's fine. Come join the crew.
I'd rather be a Green Bay Packers fan.
Hey, we're winning.
I'd rather be an Arizona Diamondbacks fan. Norb's favorite baseball. I don't know why he likes Arizona Diamondbacks, but then this mess. But yeah, sorry. I went off. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. It's okay. So let's just say, let's have a good season. Even if we might go to a rocky start, let's still have a good season. And we'll probably talk a lot more about the Raptors since we're really getting into the season now. And hopefully everyone stays healthy. We have a good year. And we call it a day.
All right, guys. Good to have us three finally instead of going separate.
We're back. We're back.
We're back.
We're
us
back.
three.
We're back.
I'm hoping.
We're back.
Take care, guys.
Everyone, thank you for watching Tea Time with Tommy, with your amazing star, Tommy Lee.
I'm all right.
And your co-host, Norbz, and of course your moderator, me, Sarah. We love having you. We can't wait to have you guys for another episode. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, so you never miss another Tea Time with Tommy episode again. Have a good night, guys.
Yo, take care, guys.
Make sure you like and subscribe this video so you never miss an episode of Tea Time with Tommy NBA edition, because if you don't, Tommy's gonna come get you and you don't want Tommy after you. Hit that button.